Here's something that might shake up everything we think about raising children. What if the kids we're quick to medicate for ADHD are actually gifted individuals with abilities we don't fully understand?
That's quite a perspective shift. What made you start thinking about this?
Well, I came across this fascinating account of someone who discovered at age 50 that they might be what's called an indigo child. These individuals with special traits and abilities. As a child, they had these remarkable prophetic dreams their grandmother would use to win at gambling.
Hmm, that's pretty extraordinary. How did that affect their relationship?
It actually led to some serious family tension when they stopped sharing their dreams after deciding gambling was wrong. But here's what's really interesting. This experience led them to investigate how we treat children who are different, especially when it comes to ADD and ADHD diagnoses.
That's a huge leap from dream interpretation to questioning modern medical practices. What did they uncover?
Well, they found that many behavioral issues we're quick to medicate might actually be linked to nutrition. Things like sugar, white flour, MSG, and artificial sweeteners affecting children's behavior. And get this, most doctors receive minimal training in nutrition's effects on behavior.
So, we might be overlooking simpler solutions in favor of medication. What are the implications of that?
Exactly. And it gets even more fascinating when they introduce this concept of new Earth children who started arriving in 1978. These children supposedly came with a specific purpose to help humanity find peace and joy. The author suggests that the violence we see in communities is actually a reflection of our own belief systems.
That's quite a powerful way to reframe behavioral issues, looking at them as mirrors rather than problems.
Right? And they include this beautiful Khalil Gibran quote that really drives it home. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. The author argues we've been colonized into believing life is all about accomplishment and status.
You know, that reminds me of recent studies showing increasing rates of anxiety and depression in children. How does this perspective address that?
The author sees these issues as forms of communication. These young souls aren't here to simply conform to our broken systems. Instead, they're meant to be our teachers, helping redirect our attention from external achievements to internal growth.
That's quite a radical departure from traditional parenting approaches.
And here's what's really compelling. Despite growing up without love or nurturing themselves, the author came to understand their difficult path had a purpose. They were told they were protected by guardian angels rather than parents because their mission required that specific journey.
How do they suggest we bridge this gap between our current parenting methods and this new understanding?
They emphasize living authentically from our hearts. They point out how our children watch us become stressed and unfulfilled, naturally questioning whether they want to follow the same path. The author suggests that our children's resistance might actually be a wake-up call we desperately need.
That's quite a mirror to hold up to our society. What's their solution?
They propose something pretty revolutionary, acknowledging that in the spiritual realm, all souls are equal, regardless of age. It's about creating space for children to fulfill their role as guides while maintaining our responsibility as caregivers.
So, what's the key takeaway for parents struggling with these concepts?
Well, they remind us that at life's end, what truly matters isn't our accomplishments or material success, but who we loved and who loved us. These children might be here to help us realign with our own integrity, showing us a new way of living that values authentic connection over societal expectations.
That's really beautiful. It's essentially suggesting we need to learn from those we're trying to teach.
Exactly. And maybe that's the paradigm shift we need right now. Seeing our relationship with children not as a one-way street of teaching, but as a mutual exchange of wisdom and growth.